Episode 1, Who's Picking Up the Tab? Hey there, and welcome to Who's Picking Up Your Tab, the podcast where we dig into the stories behind the success stories. I'm your host, and my name is Pam, and today we're rewinding the clock, not to the 2000s, no, not even the 1900s. We're going all the way back to the dawn of invention, when the world lit up, took flight, and started buzzing with ideas that would change everything.
Now let's dive into our first story, a tale of persistence, marketing genius, and the birth of modern innovation. Get ready to see Thomas Edison in a whole new light.
CEO of light bulb marketing. So let's kick things off with Thomas Edison, the guy whose name practically glows in invention history. We're taught he invented the light bulb, which is true-ish. Edison, he didn't invent it from scratch. What he did was improve it radically. Early light bulbs burnt out fast, were too expensive, or just not even practical. Edison and his team tested over 6,000 materials before finding the durable filament, the winning combo, a carbonized cotton thread, practical, long-lasting, and scalable. And here's the twist. Edison, well, he wasn't working alone. No, he wasn't. He wasn't working in a solo dusty lab. No, he built Mellon Park, the first R&D lab, yes, research and development, a full-on invention factory, engineers, chemists, machinists, all cranking out progress. He was the vision guy, the hype guy. He demoed his inventions for crowds. He pitched for investors. He shaped public perception. He was more like your 19th century Steve Jobs. If Steve Jobs had electrocuted animals for PR, that is. Yep, more on that later.
Up next, we're about to meet a true maverick of electricity, a brilliant mind whose visions of the future were both his greatest gift and his ultimate curse.
Segment 2, Nikola Tesla, the dreamer, with currents and chaos. Well, let's talk about Nikola Tesla, Edison's rival, the original mad genius, a man who probably had more ideas than he had meals. Tesla's brain, well, it works differently. He didn't sketch out blueprints. He visualized entire machines in his mind, running imaginary stress tests before touching even a tool. His big idea? Alternating currents, the kind of electricity that could travel long distance, powering entire cities. Edison backed direct current, which needed lots of stations and couldn't go far. Tesla's AC was the future. But Edison wasn't having it. He launched what is now known as the War of the Currents, complete with public electrocution of animals to paint Tesla's tech as dangerous. Was it gruesome? Yes. Effective? Also yes. Tesla didn't fight alone. Enter George Westinghouse, the investor who believed in AC and in Tesla. Westinghouse gave Tesla the funding, the business sense, and infrastructure that he lacked. Together, they lit the 1893 Chicago's World Fair with AC, and later, Niagara Falls, and one would say, game, set, electricity. Yes, but Tesla's story, it didn't end in fame. He dreamed up wireless power, death rays, the world-changing towers. But he lost his funding, he lost support, and died alone in a New York hotel room, scribbling ideas nobody was ready for.
From sparks of electricity to the rush of wind beneath wings, our next story takes us to two brothers who dared to dream of defying gravity itself.
Segment 3, the Wright brothers, from bicycles to breakthroughs. Now, Let's leave the lab and take it to the skies. Wilbur and Olive Wright, the bike mechanics from Dayton, Ohio. They gave us controlled, powered lights. But they weren't the only ones trying. No. Samuel Langley, a well-respected scientist, was backed by the US government and the Smithsonian. He had more money, more prestige, and more crashes, unfortunately. His crafts were impressive on paper, but gravity had other plans. The Wrights, they kept it simple. They used gliders, built twin tunnels, tweaked wing designs like chefs fine-tuning a recipe. And eventually, Kitty Hawk 1903, they flew. Not far, not high, but long enough to change everything. And behind them, well, their sister Catherine Wright, who managed logistics, smoothed public relations, and kept their spirits high. She wasn't in the cockpit, but she helped the mission take off. So, who really made the first flight possible? Two brothers, a sister, a support system, and a lot of wind.
Now that we've explored these groundbreaking inventions, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. What can these stories teach us about innovation and the reality of bringing world-changing ideas to life?
Segment 4, Rivals, Risk, and Reality of Innovation. So, here's what's clear from all three stories. Like, success didn't happen in a vacuum. They were rivals, collaborators, quiet champions, and teams of people who never got their names etched in the marble, but were absolutely essential. The real magic wasn't just in invention, it was in the execution, the competition, and culture. Edison and Tesla, they pushed each other. The Wright brothers beat Langley, but learned from his mistakes. And in each case, they were uncredited helpers picking up the tab, financially, emotionally, and intellectually. Even in Langley's apparent failures, laid crucial groundwork. His detailed aerodynamic experiments and scientific publications helped establish fundamental physics of flight that engineers still build on today. Innovation isn't just about who gets there first. It's about how each attempt, success or failure, adds to our collective knowledge.
Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what these stories really mean for innovation and the unsung heroes behind every great breakthrough.
Closing thoughts. Shine the light a little wider. So, next time someone says Edison lit the world, remember the guy who found the filament. Remember the workers in Mellon Park. Remember Westinghouse who backed Tesla. Remember Catherine Wright cheering from the ground. Innovation is never just one name. It's never just one genius. It's people. It's process. It's a relay and not a solo sprint. Next time on Who's Picking Up the Tab, we will step into the digital age with Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. Visionaries who scaled big, moved fast, and definitely didn't go it alone. Thanks for tuning in. I am Pam, and this has been Who's Picking Up the Tab. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, or if you're feeling reflective, thank the person who made your first breakthrough possible.